Okay, we're recording, and I'm going to turn this down a little bit so I can hear myself think. It's standard Decemberween procedure that the engine of capitalism forces upon us the obligation of spending our resources on flagrant indulgences. They're always framed as a good thing because the obligation is received in the form of gifts. And who doesn't love giving and receiving wonderful little things from the important people in our lives? And yet, it is still an obligation foisted upon us, and so it is that Decemberween is a rich man's game. But I am not rich, I'm not a man, and I'm sure as hell not a gamer. So instead of buying into capitalism's greatest conspiracy, the gifts I want to share with you, the audience, this year are going to transcend the rigid traditions of consumerism and will, I hope, be gifts that will give you all something to think about, something to feel in your inside parts, and maybe, just maybe, you might even learn something about yourself. That's right, it's the Decemberween of personal growth here on Maly's Monster Movie Monday, and it's time to open, for the third time, the very first Decemberween present. Okay, let's see how I'm going to pull this off. So it is gift 2, it's this yellow and red one. Just gotta make it kind of big here. Cover up a transition. And so it should be this. Did I do it? That's the same thing I say every year. Yeah, it looks like I did it. So, this week's present is the gift of responsibility. Let me make it a little bigger. Responsibility. That's right. It's finally time for the greatest gift of all. Being forced to care for things you never asked for and probably didn't want in the first place. The gift is me, says the subby girl you barely know hopping into your room pre-wrapped in ribbons. Do you get it? Like, I'm the present, see? Because I'm all tied up like a present is. Do you understand? Are you appreciating that I've turned myself into the gift, using the cultural language of present wrapping as a metaphor for the expectation to perform? And you do understand. You understand that by using seasonal flavoring, I've put myself in a position of helplessness, where I'm now totally dependent on you for release, at the very least. But by making the effort to wrap myself up like this, I'm clearly communicating that you are expected to do more. Briefly, the scenarios flash through your head. Maybe if I make a joke about returning her to the store, or maybe I can re-gift her. You try desperately to find the nicest possible way to decline the gift in the same spirit with which it was given. But I'm not a pair of socks or a last-minute knick-knack. I'm a person, and I forced you into a scene with me, and my emotions are on the line. That's right, you're now responsible for me. You never asked for this. But life has a funny way of forcing... Oh, fuck, I never actually added the... Layering problem fixed. Great. You never asked for this, but life has a funny way of forcing us to shoulder things like this. So, for the rest of tonight's stream, you'll have to deal with this. This is your job now. I'm all wrapped up, and it's somehow your problem. You can shut me up if you want to stop pestering you about the lack of attention I'm getting, but haha, it's my show. I'm the hostess. I'm the only one on the mic. If you finish rapping me, you'll turn the stream into either a graveyard of silence or potentially invite the wrath of prudish Twitch Maj, as I've reduced to an wriggling package of inconvenient captivity. It's all up to you now. I gave you the keys, and you're the poor schmuck who has to receive this year's most valuable prize, putting up with me. So that's your gift this week, the gift of responsibility. And I'm not kidding, I did add a hotkey to finish wrapping me up all the way. So that is a thing that you can do if you want to. But that's out of my hands now because you, the audience, has been gifted with the gift of responsibility. So good luck with that. I am your problem now. So I'm gonna cut the recording.